Alright guys, welcome back to another review, and today I'm going to be reviewing Ironlights, because it's where the main amount of people who watch my channel are from, as far as I know. So, yeah. Ironlights is a VR game, sword fighting, it's like gladiator type thing. They have a Discord with a lot of members. You can always find a match there. There's tournaments a lot of times because they have a tournament server, and they have the main server tournaments, which are like the major leagues, and those are pretty big tournaments too. So that's pretty cool. It currently costs $15, I believe, and yeah, I've had this game for a very long time. I've been playing it for a long time. It's one of those games that I've just kind of always played. So yeah, I definitely recommend it. It's a lot of fun. There's currently 8 classes, and I don't even know how many custom classes. Probably like 60 or something. And you can kind of mix and match different weapons. That kind of thing. Like you can use duelist with a tower shield, or duelist with say Crusader shield in custom games. So that's pretty cool. There's also sandbox mode, which is new in the newer update here. And that is where you can actually make your own bots, or play against your own bots. I made a night training bot that I am probably gonna put the code for in the description. If you want to go try that out. And yeah, it's a lot of fun because it's multiplayer. There's also a campaign if you're into that. 8 different classes. You kind of get to choose which one you want to play. There's a lot of people playing. You can generally find a match within like 1 or 2 minutes, and while you're waiting for that match, you can play campaign, or you can, play against a sandbox bot, or you can play, training, which is this little area where you can pick classes and kind of put a few modifiers on there, and then you can just practice, and it's a lot of fun. I was actually champion before the rank reset, which was the highest rank, and then the rank reset just recently, so there are some champs that are lower ranks, but most of them have already hit elite. I'm currently at Diamond 1, so yeah. And right here you'll see me versus a player named Sync. And Sync is a pretty well-known community member. He won a major league tournament um, pretty early on when the game was just kind of coming out. I don't know if it was just coming out at the time, but yeah, it was still like he was pretty early on to win a major league, along with probably like Toaster, Kai, and Roth. Those three are also really good players. So yeah, Sync is the best ninja in the game as far as I know. So yeah, he's definitely pretty scary. He was also champion for a long time before the rank reset, and I think he's gonna get it pretty quick again because he's already elite. And yeah, here we do the polearm challenge like belt. So yeah, it's like one of the things you can do in the server too. Is there are like multiple different belts that you can play for, and there's like 3 different classes in each belt category, and yeah, it's pretty cool. So polearms was like Dragoon, which is the class he used the entire time there. Berserker, the class I used, and then there's Reaper. I think that's the three, and there might be another one, maybe Monk, but yeah. So as far as the amount of classes go, I'd say, um, yeah, there's 8 classes. They all are a lot different, from each other. There's ranged attacks. You'll probably see a couple of those here as well. Dragoon actually has 2 ranged attacks because at first it was thought that it was really bad, and then they added another range attack, and now its range is really good. But yeah, it's pretty cool. There's very unique stuff in the game. I guess I'll just go through the classes and kind of name what they can do. So there's Duelist, which is a rapier and a um, little mini like circular shield, and then you can kind of like stab a little bit, slash, that kind of thing with that class. But yeah, I should probably mention some of the mechanics. So you can charge up, which costs your like kind of almost like your health, but it's not actually, like, it doesn't actually cost your health. It's called vulnerability, and if you get hit, it does double damage while you have vulnerability, but you can sacrifice vulnerability for more energy, which is pretty good. And yeah, So if when you're playing a heavier class, you generally just charge up and just try and kill them before they can, actually do good damage to you. And that's one of the things that they do. I actually was playing a heavy class there, Berserker, and I didn't do that because Dragoon. Well, I did in the second match, I suppose, but or the first match, but um, yeah, it actually is like really like Dragoon does a ton of damage. So yeah, that's you know, that's one thing that you don't really want to do is you don't want to charge up and take the 2,000 hits from Dragoon. But I think that class is actually getting nerfed soon, along with Scourge. But yeah, so there's Duelist. There's let me think. Monk, which is a bow staff, and then you can shoot little arrows. Monk can, shoot like little, I don't even know. They're just like, they look like little energy things, energy swords almost. So that's pretty cool. Then there's Ninja. Ninja has two guitars. You can charge up and shoot like a bullet, and you can charge it for longer to do more damage and make the bullet faster. There's Knight. Knight would be the next one, and Knight is really good. Knight is a sword, a great sword. Two hitboxes, and each one currently does about 300. Before it did a lot more, but they nerfed that damage and gave it more speed, so that's pretty cool. Its ranged attack is like a slash that flies through the air, which is pretty cool. Yeah. The next one is Samurai. The Samurai is like the first class to see that wasn't there at the very beginning of the game, and yeah. Well, actually, I think no. First, I'd say Reaper, but yeah, Reaper's the first one that was there. But yeah, so Reaper is a scythe, and you can send ranged attacks that are. It's kind of hard to explain, but you like send them into the air, and then you swipe down, and then it sends them to your enemy. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Then there is, man, there are so many classes to go through. But yeah, basically there are a lot of classes. Whip is like, or Scourge is whips, two whips, and the range attack is similar to Samurai's. Samurai is a samurai sword, and it sends like little slashes through the air. So yeah, overall a lot of classes, really great game. I'd rate it probably 10 out of 10 because I put like 400 hours into the game and I'm still not bored of it. It's a lot of fun. Climbing the ranks is pretty hard, but also a lot of fun doing that too. Um, yeah, that's all I really have to say about the game because my gameplay should be already over soon. So yeah, I definitely enjoyed the game a lot, and yeah, 10 out of 10, 100%. Probably the best VR game I've played in a long time for as far as multiplayer goes. And yeah, I mean, you're in a coliseum, you're fighting, and there's different armors. Oh my goodness, yeah, I forgot to go over the cosmetics, but there's so many of those. You get a lot of gold from campaign. You get a little bit from actual multiplayer. There are about like I think there's like 6 different modes, and more than that, maybe even 8 modes in multiplayer. There's best of 3, standard, casual, balanced, and then there's 2 other things that just are kind of like modifiers, like closely ranked and your region only, which is I don't really keep either of those on because I don't really care who I match against. But at one point, I did use closely ranked when I was kind of tired of going against low ranked players versus like high ranked players because you know. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Standard is 1 round duel. It's ranked, but nobody really uses standard. Then there's best of 3. Best of 3 is ranked also, and you get to ban a class. The loser gets to ban the winner's class, and you have to win 2 out of 3 matches. Um, yeah. Then there's casual. Casual is just unranked. You can rematch that kind of thing. There's also like private games where you can use sandbox weapons, custom weapons, those kind of things. You can also use custom settings in all that in custom games. Then there's balanced. Just keep that off. It's it's nobody likes balanced. I guess if you're low ranked, you probably would. I don't know if it's ranked or not. I've only played it like twice when I was low ranked, but because if you're high ranked, basically it gives your opponent like a damage and a health buff, and it's really hard to beat like low ranked players when they have a huge damage buff, and it's just kind of like wow, nobody really uses it anyway. So yeah, I didn't think I would make this video 10 minutes long, but I guess I did on accident. So that's my entire review of Ironlights VR. Overall, a ton of fun. There's a ton of classes, ton of different techniques you can use, ton of different play styles. Um, there's team tournaments in the esports server. There's so many different tournaments. Honestly, it's a lot of fun. It's a very competitive game, but also just like, yeah, really nice overall.